Today I want to tell you a story. Adam Matrower was an immigrant from Mali, 36 years old, working in San Francisco as a taxi driver and a Google bus driver, struggling to pay bills and make a living. Then Uber called, and they were talking to him about hiring him as a driver, but his car was substandard. So instead, they made an arrangement with a car dealership, and where they estimated Adam's need a number of passengers you need each week, and they remitted the payments directly to their car dealership. Fortune magazine explains this unique financial arrangement as Uber's not financing them at all. What they're doing is acting more as the middleman between drivers who have substandard credit or substandard cars and the car dealership and auto lenders, which they work. Now Adam says he can wake up when he wants to wake up. He works as much as he wants, and he has found greater financial flexibility. U.S. News reports estimated that the national average income of $50,000 on an average of 50 rides per week. Today, I, Corey Hardy, Nelson Ong, and Daniela Sanabria are going to inform you of Uber's operations, their past, why, and where they started, their present operations, and their future directions and new ideas. How did Uber do it? Well, before they hailed a cab, you had to stand out in the sun, the wind, the cold, the rain, wave your hands around like a maniac, hoping a cab would pull over and stop for you. Or if you had their taxi drive number, you could call them, but then you'd have to wait for hours long for them to show up, if that at all. So then, in 2008, Gary Camp and Travis Kalanick created Uber. And with that, they were able to hail a cab, estimate the cost, map the route, pay the driver, and rate the driver, all on your smartphone. Then, in 2010, they launched Uber online. And in 2011, Uber went live on Android. Since then, they have spread to multiple cities, as Nelson will explain their current operations.
So Uber is currently operating in 54 different countries and 260 cities. And the service is being provided in 144 cities in North America alone, 11 cities in South America, 61 cities in Europe, Middle East, and South Africa, and 44 cities in Asia Pacific. Last year, the company's annual income revenue was approximately recorded at about $10 billion. And just recently, Uber launched a new program last year, September 2014, called Uber Military. So what is Uber Military? Uber Military is basically a program which provides job advantages to veterans who are struggling to find jobs, as they're recruiting about 50,000 veterans to become their drivers. And also, a new feature was added recently where you could split the Uber fare with your fellow passengers with just a tap on the smartphone, which makes the cheap fare even cheaper. And next up, I'm going to be talking about investors and partnerships. So Uber's investors include famous companies like Goldman Sachs, Lowercase Capital, Benchmark, First Round, and Google Ventures. Uber also formed partnerships with car companies like Toyota, Ford, GM, where they provide special discounts for brand new cars for Uber drivers. And next up, I'm going to be talking about what Uber has to offer in the future. Uber is planning to come up with a self-driverless car with Google, with partnership with the help of Google. And I'm going to pass it on to my teammate Daniela, which we should continue where I left off.
So to add on to the future goals of Uber, as Nelson said, not only will they be partnering up with Google, but they plan on partnering up with CMU, which is Carnegie Mellon University over at Pittsburgh. So their goal with, their purpose of their partnership is to create, I guess, long-term technology features that can be featured in the app. And in addition, they plan on creating local jobs in Pittsburgh. So not only will it benefit the city of Pittsburgh, it will benefit the students of CMU and just overall the growth of Uber. In addition, Uber has been having trouble with a lot of state regulators all over the country. The problem they have with state regulators is that state regulators see them as a transportation company, whereas Uber claims that they aren't a transportation company, but they're a transportation provider. In addition, they've also implemented Uber Pool in New York City, and basically the purpose of Uber Pool is to, I guess, pick up Uber consumers on the way to the destination in order to save up money. In conclusion, so we heard about the past and just how overall they've grown as a company, and just how not only it benefits Uber consumers, but it benefits Uber drivers as well. We've been able to see their partnerships and their long-term goals. So thank you for your attention. Are there any questions?